Above our heads, thousands of satellites orbit in silence. But in that silence, a new battlefield is forming, one without borders, yet with limitless consequences. What was once the symbol of peace and discovery has quietly become a domain of surveillance, competition, and control. This is not science fiction. This is the new geopolitics of outer space. The story begins during the Cold War. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1, a small metal sphere that changed history forever. According to NASA archives and Encyclopedia Britannica, that launch marked the birth of the space race. Not just a race for technology, but a race for ideological supremacy. Over the decades, exploration evolved into something else. The moon landings ended, but satellites, rockets, and space stations became tools of national power. Today, the competition has returned, and this time, it's far more complex. The United States, China, Russia, India, Japan, and private giants like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Amazon Kuiper are all shaping a new order in orbit. According to the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs, UNOOSA, there are now more than 9,000 active satellites around Earth, and many of them have dual-use purposes, civilian and military. In 2019, the United States officially established the U.S. Space Force, a separate military branch dedicated entirely to operations beyond the atmosphere. As noted by the RAND Corporation, this marked a paradigm shift. Space was no longer just a support zone. It became a battlefield domain. Meanwhile, China's People's Liberation Army Strategic Support Force has been quietly expanding its capabilities. Reports from the CSIS Aerospace Security Project 2024 reveal that China now operates numerous satellites designed for both communication and counterspace functions, capable of jamming, interfering, or even physically disabling enemy systems. Russia, on the other hand, continues to test anti-satellite weapons, or ASATs. A 2023 report by SIPRI noted that Russian ASAT tests have created dangerous debris fields, posing threats not only to military assets, but also to the International Space Station and global satellite networks. But destruction isn't always visible. As The Economist reported in 2023, space warfare now includes cyberattacks and signal interference. A single disruption in GPS or satellite communications could disable global banking systems, halt aviation, and even cut off power grids. All of this exposes a troubling reality. The 1967 Outer Space Treaty, once a cornerstone of space peacekeeping, is slowly being stretched and ignored. That treaty, documented by UNOOSA, forbids weapons of mass destruction in orbit, but says little about conventional or cyber weapons. As technology advanced, so did the loopholes. And now, even private corporations are reshaping the balance of power. Reuters reports that SpaceX's Starlink network has become a crucial part of modern military communication, proving how blurred the line between civilian innovation and strategic asset has become. For the United States and NATO, this militarization is simply defensive deterrence. They argue that if rivals can disable satellites, then deterrence in space is a matter of survival. From Russia and China's point of view, as described in Al Jazeera and the Diplomat, Western nations are attempting to dominate yet another frontier, turning space into a tool of geopolitical control. Neutral analysts, such as those at SIPRI and SIPRI, warn that the lack of updated treaties could push the world toward a lawless order. One SIPRI researcher even wrote, if no new norms are established, space will become humanity's first truly borderless battlefield. So what happens next? Will the next Cold War take place in orbit? The RAND Corporation warns that future conflicts may not start with missiles, but with invisible actions, a sudden loss of satellite communication, a blackout of GPS signals, or a wave of cyber attacks aimed at orbital infrastructure. Imagine a world where satellites, the lifelines of modern civilization, become military targets. Planes lose navigation. Financial systems freeze. Internet networks collapse. Diplomats at UNOOSA and researchers at The Economist have proposed a new space security treaty, a kind of outer space treaty 2.0. But so far, the political will to create it remains weak. And as usual, it won't be the powerful nations that suffer first. Small countries, humanitarian missions, and everyday civilians who depend on satellites for weather, communication, and education will be the ones most affected. The sky once symbolized peace, a place untouched by politics or war. But as ambition climbs higher, the heavens now mirror our deepest struggle between exploration and domination. From Sputnik to Starlink, our journey beyond Earth has always reflected who we are: curious, creative, and ambitious, but also fearful, territorial, and divided. The question is, will we use that power to protect or to control? The sky was once our dream of peace. Now, it may become the arena of our next great conflict. Global Frame: Understanding Power Beyond Borders.